What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Greatest. You are watching the very first quarterfinal matchup. I'm excited because this one, it's UK versus USA. It's just a barnstorm of a fight. And before I stop talking again, because I'm stuttering a lot today due to fasting, Marshall, take over and let me know who these fighters are.
All right, we have the greatest, Muhammad Ali, with a record of 56-5 with 37 knockouts. Notable victories over Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, and George Foreman. He stands at 6'3" with 78-inch reach and weighs in about 215 in his prime, taking on Lennox Lewis with a record of 41-2-1 with 32 knockouts. Notable victories over David Tua, Mike Tyson, Hasim Rahman, many guys. He beat tons of people. He stands at 6'5" with an 84-inch reach, and in his prime, he was about 240. How do you see this one going, my man?
Just repeat those heights to me again. So Muhammad Ali was
6'3" with sorry, let me get his reach real quick. 78-inch reach, and Lennox is 6'5" with an 84-inch reach.
So not much of a height difference there, only 2 inches. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I think Ali would have to be very wary about is Lennox's punch power. He wasn't exactly stiff with his power. He had a certain way of throwing it that he was fluid. He was a big fluid man. That was one of the interesting things about him. Not only was he big in size, but also like in stature, in terms of his body, he was a thick fighter, but he was still very fluid. So Ali would be susceptible to getting caught with a big shot. But it's hard again for me to see someone like Lennox beating Ali, a prime Ali that would dance, man. Like, it just doesn't, I can't see it, the reflexes, the reactions of Muhammad Ali was a level above, and still is a level above any heavyweight. So there has to, I can see certain fighters beating Ali. I'm not just putting him, it's not just a road to the top for him. But when you're talking about certain heavyweights, there has to be a style, there has to be something special to beat Ali in. And just because you're fluid with your shot and have power, we saw what happened to George Foreman. He was, he wasn't exactly fluid, but he had power. And we saw what happened to many other guys. And Ali wasn't even in his prime when he fought Foreman. So it's a difficult one for me to give Lennox a chance in this fight.
Yeah, Lennox was not stiff and robotic at all, but comparing him to the way Ali moved around, he would look stiff in that fight, especially because the way he stands kind of way back with his chin held way back. Ali would be moving around him, angling, just touching him with the jab. I think Lennox would have to knock him out, and Ali in his prime took shots from everybody, took shots from Liston. He came back, took shots from Frazier, Foreman, everybody. Like, you're not knocking out a prime Ali, it's not going to happen. He got up from a left hook from Frazier. Tough. It's a tough matchup for Lennox. His best bet would be to walk him down and hopefully land that right hand. But I just think he'd be getting hit too much with clean jabs and right hands. Because he doesn't have that much of a height advantage, the reach is a little bit more, but they're similar size like frames. Just Lennox is just a little bit thicker. I think Ali would outbox him for 12 rounds.
Yeah, and the speed plays a factor. I know Lennox fans are gonna jump on me, like a lot of people have been jumping on me in the comments recently. But the speed is such a big factor, and I think I said in the last Ali matchup, even though Lennox had that cracking punch and the speed and the power in that punch, it still doesn't glorify him in that position where I see him doing anything like that to Ali. Sure, he can land it, he's a heavyweight, but I just don't see it being impactful as much, and I feel like he'd be put off by the stinging jabs jabs and 1-2s, the straight punches that coming in and out that Ali does. It'd throw him off his game plan completely, and I feel like that game plan of Ali, the style, completely counteracts Lennox's way of fighting.
Another thing to look at is when you look at the Sonny Liston fights, who has, I think he has an inch more reach than Lennox does. Ali was out-jabbing him for fun. And in my opinion, Sonny Liston was a little snappier with his jab than Lennox was. Lennox is more like kind of paused with it, kind of holds it out for range, where Liston really snaps it out there to try to like do damage with it. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with you in terms of, I get where you're coming from with the argument, but Sonny was still a shorter fighter. So punching up is something different,
For sure.
I get where you're coming from, but still with Lennox, I think it'd be a bit more different because Lennox would be punching down rather than him punching up. It's a fair argument though, but I think we can conclude this one. I think we both agree on who wins.
Yeah, I think I'd say unanimous decision.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It depends though. It depends what ref we have, because if Lennox is completely taken back, you never know. You know, something might happen in terms of Ali's. If Ali's fit and ready, and then punches keep hitting him to the head, the referee might make a wise decision to stop it later on in the fight. But unanimous decision is something I could go for as well.
For sure.
All right, awesome. So that is the first quarterfinal. The greatest goes through to the greatest semi-final. But remember, just because he is Muhammad Ali doesn't mean he does have an easy route to the final. There is styles still left in this competition that can beat him. I believe there is styles that, you know, won't suit him, and there will be strong arguments. So, but anyway, he is through to the semi-final. Guess who he's going to get? We don't know. Let us know in the comment section below who you think he's going to end up getting, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Hey, where's the belt at, huh?
Do you think it wasn't gonna be on show today? Like, come on, it's ready. Look, I'm ready to be strapped to you. I'm actually trying to find a good place to hang it, you know? Maybe there. Oh,
You're rearranging a room, you know?
that's fire, look.
That works.
Awesome, that's why I want to keep it for the next one. Right, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. And we also have a free app available on iTunes and Google Play, so make sure you go and download that. Bye Fight fans.